Happy Engineers Day to everyone. Okay, and once again, good morning to everyone. In previous class, okay, we discussed about signal conditioning. Okay, now we see the conditioning of the analog signal. Means what are the operations performed in signal conditioning? Already I explained. Those are isolation, impedance conversion, noise reduction, amplification, linearization, and conversion of signal from one form to another form. These are the operations performed in the signal conditioning. Okay, I already explained about what is isolation, impedance conversion, noise reduction, amplification, and linearization and conversion. Okay, today we will see about operational amplifier. What is the today's topic is operational amplifier. Okay, uh, okay, before starting the operational amplifier, here I will show one slide. In most of the electronic devices, we are using voltage division rule, voltage divide rule. Okay, see this diagram. Here a circuit is connected. Here VI in the input voltage, V out is the output voltage, that is between the two resistances R1 and R2. Okay, now according to voltage division rule, V out means the voltage between the two resistances, okay, is equal to R2 by the sum of the two resistances into V in, means the factor of resistances R2 by the sum of resistances into V in. This is called voltage division rule. Okay, you can find the voltage between the two resistances by using this formula. We are applying this formula in many electronic devices. This is useful while explaining the operational amplifier. That's why I'm showing this slide. Okay, the voltage at the middle of the resistance is V in, means input voltage into, okay, the resistance which is towards the input voltage, that is R2 by R1 plus R2. Now today's our topic is operational amplifier. Operational amplifier. Okay, this short form is op amp. Op amp. This is a widely used electronic device in many industries, electronic industries, many applications. This is very important device for signal conditioning. Simply, it is the heart of the signal conditioning process. Okay, the name itself explains. Amplifier means it amplifies the input. Okay, the output is the amplification of the input. Okay, this is an electronic device. It behaves like a voltage controlled device. Operational amplifier is an voltage controlled device. Okay, generally the op amp is developed in many years ago when the digital computers are not involved. In that time, the okay, the op amp was developed. Means this is a olden device. Okay, why it is called operational amplifier? Because in many years ago, the op amp is designed to perform the mathematical operations. That's why it is called operational amplifier. Okay, means in many years ago, the operational amplifier was developed and designed to perform the mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, differentiation, integration, difference, like that. To perform all these operations, this analog type of operational amplifier is used. That's why it is called operational amplifier. Okay, because it performs the operations like mathematical operations. Okay, it is used for performing the mathematical operations like addition and subtraction and differentiation and integration like. Okay, and one more advantage of op amp is it is a high gain device and high stable device. Okay, these two are the main advantages with the op amp operational amplifier. What is that? High gain and high stability. Because of these advantages, this one is the widely used electronic components today. In so many ICs, means integrated circuits, op amp is the one of the important device. Okay, it is used in customer field and industrial field and scientific devices also for developing. Okay, operational amplifier is a device which is used to amplify the input signal. Now we see a model circuit of the operational amplifier. See this. Here we have two inputs voltages V1 and V2. V1 is connected to negative signal. The V1 voltage is connected to negative signal. This input is called inverting input. This input is called inverting input. Why it is called inverting input? I will explain. Don't worry. Okay. The voltage which is connected to the negative terminal is called inverting input. And second one, that is V2. That is the second input which is connected to the positive terminal of the op amp is called non-inverting input. That is called non-inverting input. Here Ri is the input resistance. Ri is the input resistance, means here we have two inputs V1 and V2. Any operational amplifier has two inputs V1 and V2. Here V1 is connected to negative, V2 is connected to positive. Okay, sometimes we can call the voltage which is connected to negative is called V minus, which is connected to positive is called V plus. Okay, which are there is the resistance at input. And we have one output, that is V out is the output voltage of the amplifier. Simply the output is the amplification of the difference between these inputs. V out is the amplification of the difference between V1 and V2. Means this amplifier, operational amplifier, amplifies the difference between the two inputs, means V1 minus V2 is amplified, and the output is the amplification of difference between the V1 and V2. This is the open loop operational amplifier. It has a gain, means the device has a gain. The amplification of this device is depending on the gain of this particular op amplifier. Now suppose A, capital A is the gain of open circuit, gain of the amplifier, means the output voltage is A times the difference between these two inputs. V2 V1 minus V1 is the input. These are difference of these inputs, that is amplified how many times? A times. Here A is the gain of the device. Now what is the output voltage? A into V2 minus V1. So the value of A is very high. The value of A is very high. For ideal circuits, A is infinity. Okay, but in actual practice, the A is very high value, 10 power 5 to 10 power 6 for regular op amp devices. And here we have two supply voltages, biasing voltages. One is positive supply, that is plus VCC, and second one is negative supply, that is minus VCC. These two are the supply voltages to the operational amplifier. Here the amplifier has two supply voltage, positive and negative. That's why the output of the amplifier is either in negative polarity, either in two polarities, negative and positive. We get two outputs, either negative and positive based on the connection. So this is a model circuit of the operational amplifier. Any operational amplifier has two inputs, positive and negative inputs, and one output. The output is the amplification of the difference between the two inputs, and this device has some gain, that is A. The output voltage is A into V2 minus V1. Okay, this two, it has two supply voltages, positive and negative. This is a model circuit of the operational amplifier. Next, we see the characteristics of the operational amplifier. Okay, here see this. Actually, the ideal op amp has infinite gain, means the gain of the device is very high, but practical condition, the gain is limited to the because of biasing voltage. The gain of the device is limited due to the biasing voltage, means supply voltage, means the output voltage always lies between these two supply voltage, means positive supply voltage and negative supply voltage. So see this graph here. On x-axis we are the input, that is the difference between two outputs, V2 minus V1. That is the value of V2 minus V1 is very small, that is in microvolts. We are amplifying this microvolts into volts, that is output voltage is in terms of volt. Okay, in y-axis we are taking the output voltage, in x-axis we are taking the difference between input voltages. Now we see the relationship between the output and the input. Okay, the relationship between the output and input is linear. Okay, means output and input are in proportional, they are changing proportionally. That's why this device is very useful in many applications. But the output voltage is limited up to supply voltage, positive supply voltage. If the output is more than positive supply, that is plus VCC, the output is saturated, means there is a positive saturation. If the suppose V0 is equal to minus supply voltage, that is minus VCC, then it is a negative saturation, means beyond this saturation limits there is no output. So the output is linear between these two saturations. Okay, what are the points? See this. If the positive saturation means output voltage is equal to positive supply voltage. If negative saturation means the output voltage is equal to negative supply voltage. So the variation of the output voltage is in between positive supply voltage and negative supply voltage. That's why the gain of the operational amplifier is limited because of biasing voltage, that is supplying voltage. Okay, these are the characteristics of the operational amplifier, means the relationship between output and input is linear between the two saturation states. That saturation states are nothing but supply voltages, positive and negative. Next one, we see the characteristics of the ideal operation amplifier. Ideal case means the perfect operational amplifier that is not existed in real, but we can see the operational what are the characteristics of the ideal op amp. Okay, the first characteristic is gain is infinity. The gain of the ideal amplifier is infinity. Infinity means so no limit for gain, very high gain device, but practically it is limited because of biasing supplying voltage. And second one, input resistance is infinity. What is the ideal characteristics of op amp? That is input resistance, Ri is infinity. Okay, next output resistance is 0. Output resistance is 0. Okay, A is infinity, input resistance is infinity, output resistance is 0. These are the characteristics for the ideal type of op amp, not the real practical type of op amp. Okay, these are limited when consider the practical op amp. Okay, but we need to consider the ideal characteristics for better understanding of op amp. Okay, here I want to explain one concept, that is virtual short. The concept of virtual short is very important in op amplifiers. Okay, virtual short or virtual ground. Now we see this. The output is so many times, means suppose ideal, for ideal is the infinity times of the difference between the V1 minus V2, means the value, the difference between the V1 and V2 is very small. The difference between the V1 V2 is very small when compared with the V out. Okay, because it has high gain. Okay, at the same time the input resistance is very high. The input resistance between the V1 and V2 is very high, means there is no flow of current, means high resistance, infinite resistance means that resistance not allowed the current through it. So that's why we can neglect the difference between the voltage difference between V1 V2 is negligible. Okay, if one suppose V2 is grounded, means the voltage at 2 is 0, then automatically the voltage at V1 also 0. Okay, means the voltage at positive terminal is equal to voltage at negative terminal. This is called virtual short. Means if you ground the one terminal, automatically second one is also at ground state, means both are equal, nearly equal, means v plus v1 is equal to v2. That's why if you ground one terminal, automatically second one also indirectly grounded, means v2 is 0, v1 also 0, means there is no need to ground the v1. This is virtually ground, means virtually short, means the voltages at positive terminal and negative terminal is equal. Okay, because of the difference between the inputs, two input voltages is very small, that is negligible. That's why we can, those are equal. V plus is equal to v minus, that is equal to v1 is equal to v2. Such type of characteristic is called virtual short or virtual ground. Okay, if you ground really one terminal, second terminal also grounded virtually. Okay, that is the concept of virtual short, means the voltage at v plus is equal to voltage at v minus, that is called virtual short. Okay, this is the a typical IC circuit, which is op-amp integrated circuit. Op-amp IC, see this is the real shape of the op-amp IC, practical IC. Here same thing, we have two inputs and two supply voltage and one output. Okay, now we see the different types of linear op-amp circuits. We have different linear op-amp circuits. Now I will explain one by one. We have inverting type of amplifier op-amp, non-inverting type of op-amp, the op-amp for summing, the op-amp for difference, the op-amp for differentiation, the op-amp used for integration, and the op-amp used for comparator, the op-amp used as instrumentation. Okay, the op-amp used as voltage flow, the op-amp used as current flow. These are all are the linear op-amp circuits for different applications. Okay, in this class we will see all those circuits. Okay, inverting op-amp, non-inverting op-amp, summing op-amp, difference op-amp, differential op-amp, integration op-amp, voltage flow op-amp, current flow op-amp, comparator op-amp, and instrumentation op-amp. All these are the op-amp circuits. First we see the inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier. Okay, before that I will explain the closed type of op-amp. Already you have seen in previous slide, that is the ideal circuit of the op-amp, that is open type, means there is no connection between the output and the input. But in practical condition, we need to control the gain of the device. We need to control the gain of the device. Okay, for that purpose we are taking a feedback from the output to input. We are connecting a feedback circuit from output to input. This is called closed op-amp circuit. And one more thing, the feedback is connected to negative terminal only. You are not connecting feedback to positive terminal. If you connect the positive terminal feedback, that gives the unstable op-amp characteristics. Okay, that leads to wrong results. So the feedback circuit to positive terminal is unstable. That's why the feedback circuit always connected to the negative circuit. Okay, here this is the feedback circuit. Now first one, inverting amplifier. Already I told we have two inputs. One is inverting, that is which is connected to negative is inverting type. Okay, non-inverting means the terminal which is connected to positive is non-inverting. In inverting type amplifiers, the non-inverting end, that is positive end, is grounded. The positive end is grounded and input voltage is supplied to the negative terminal. The input voltage is supplied to the negative terminal only. If the positive terminal is grounded and input voltage is supplied to negative terminal, then it is called inverting op-amp. inverting operational amplifier. Okay, means suppose if your input is connected to positive and if you ground the negative terminal, that is non-inverting type operational amplifier. First we see the inverting type operational amplifier. In this is the circuit of the inverting type amplifier. In this, positive terminal is grounded. Okay, the voltage at positive is 0. Now negative, the input is connected into negative. So Ri is the input resistance and we are connecting a feedback between the output voltage and okay input terminal uh, for controlling the gain of the device. Now this is the circuit of inverting amplifier. Okay, now we see what is the here the current flowing through the Ri input resistance, that is Ri R1. The current flowing to the RF is I2. Already I told the input resistance is very high for device, so the current flowing is input current is 0. So here also 0 means I1 is equal to I2. The two currents are equal. Now the current means according to Ohm's law, V by R means the difference, potential difference by resistance, means I1 is equal to Vi minus Vs by Ri and I2 is equal to V out minus Vs by Rf. Okay, see this. I1 is equal to the difference between the voltage difference between the across the Ri, that is Vi minus Vs by Ri, and output current is equal to V out minus Vs by Vs minus V out by Rf. That is the feedback resistance. Rf means. Okay, already I told a concept, that is virtual ground. Virtual ground means the voltage at positive signal is equal to voltage at negative signal, means V plus is equal to V negative, means that is Vs. What is the voltage at V negative? That is Vs, means V plus is equal, V plus is 0, already grounded. V negative also 0, that is Vs is equal to 0. So suppose if you substitute the value Vs is equal to 0, okay, what is I1? Vi by Ri. What is I2? Minus V naught by Rf. I told, okay, I1 is equal to I2. What will happen? Say this. I1 is equal to Vi by Ri. I2 is equal to minus V naught by Rf. Okay. So no current flow at input means both I1 is equal to I2, means Vi by Ri is equal to minus V naught by Rf. Now what is the output voltage? Output voltage is equal to minus Rf by Ri into Vi. This is the output voltage. This is the input voltage. This one is the gain. This one is the gain. Gain is depending on the ratio between the feedback resistance and input resistance. If you change the feedback resistance, okay, you can increase the, if you increase the feedback resistance, you can increase the gain. If you decrease the feedback resistance, the gain will be decreased. Means the gain is controlled with the help of the two resistances, that is feedback resistance and input resistance, Rf and Ri. Okay, what is the here we are getting negative output. We are getting negative output because we are connecting the input to the negative signal, means inverting terminal is connected to the input voltage. That's why the output is out of phase, means positive means that we get negative output for the inverting terminal. That's why it is called inverting operational amplifier, means the output of the inverting operational amplifier is negative. Okay, that is depending on the then gain, means the amplification is depending on the ratio of feedback resistance to input resistance. Here by varying these resistance we can increase or decrease the gain. This is the advantage of the feedback loop, means we can control the gain of the operational amplifier. This is the first op-amp circuit, that is inverting op-amp amplifier, op-amp, that is operational amplifier. Next, second one, non-inverting type op-amp, means that is called non-inverting type operational amplifier. Okay, I already told here what is non-inverting. Here the input is given to the positive terminal. The input is given to the positive terminal and negative terminal is grounded. Negative terminal is grounded. Okay, here you can see in better way. Okay, positive terminal, the input is given to positive terminal and negative terminal is grounded. This is the input resistance, and we are also already I told the feedback always given to the negative. The feedback is always given to the negative. If you give the feedback to the positive, that is unstable. That's why the feedback circuit is connected to negative. Okay. Now R2 is the RF here. Here R2 means RF. Okay. Now see the circuit. Here we are connected the V1 Vi with positive. Okay. Here the input current is in this direction I1 and R2 is in reverse direction. Okay. Leave that. Now I want to find the relationship between V out and V in. I want to find the relationship between V out and V in. Already you know, according to virtual ground means the voltage at positive is equal to voltage at negative. Suppose here V in at V positive means here at negative also we have V in, same voltage. That is the node, the voltage at this node is V in. Okay. Now according to voltage division rule, already I have given a slide at beginning of this class. Voltage division rule, that is nothing but middle voltage, that is V1 is equal to R1 by R1 plus R2 into V0. What is that? Here the voltage is V in at positive, means voltage is connected to positive, negative is grounded. Already you know what is the voltage at positive. Negative is 0 because already grounded. The voltage at negative and positive are same because of virtual short or virtual ground. Means here the voltage at node is V in. Means the middle voltage you want, then according to voltage rule, V in is equal to R1 by R1 plus R2 into V out. By rearranging this equation, V out is equal to 1 plus R2 means RF. RF by R1 into Vi. You get this equation. You get this equation. Here also the gain of the amplifier is depending on the RF and R1, the ratio of RF and R1. What is the difference between the previous case and this case? We are getting positive output. We are getting positive output. That is the difference between the inverting and non-inverting type operational amplifiers. Here the gain is 1 plus RF by R1. Here R2 means RF, that is feedback resistance. Okay, R2 by R1 is decides the gain of the object, that is 1 plus, always equal to more than 1, more than unity. Okay, and it is positive output in case of non-inverting operational amplifier. Okay, once again you check the voltage division rule for getting this formula, that is R1 by R1 plus R2. Okay, just you rearrange that equation, you got V0 is equal to 1 plus R2 by R1 into Vi. This is the voltage gain of the non-inverting type operation amplifier. Next one, summing amplifier. Next linear circuit of the op amplifier is summing amplifier. Okay, this amplifier is used for summation. Already I told. Okay, operational amplifier means that in olden days it is used for doing mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, integration, differentiation. Now the amplifier is used for summation. Okay, now see the circuit, operational amplifier circuit for addition. Okay, here the input is connected to the negative terminal. Means this is what kind of amplifier it is? Inverting type summation amplifier. Inverting type summation amplifier, because the input is connected to negative. Here we have different inputs, V1, V2, V3, so on, Vn. Means how many summation means 2 times or 3 times, 4 voltages, 5 voltages, whatever it is. That is requirement of, according to your requirement. You give the input terminals. Means we have n terminals and you have n input resistances. Now the current flowing through the R1 is I1, I2, so on, In. Now all our currents are meted at this node and moving towards RF. Moving towards RF. You know that. Okay. Now the current flowing to the RF is I. That is the summation of currents from the all these circuits. According to Kirchhoff current law, what is the total current which is flowing through the RF is I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus so on IN. Okay, now what is the current at I1? That is the voltage difference by resistance, means V1 minus, suppose this is Vs, the voltage at this node is Vs, V1 minus Vs by R1. Okay, let the Vs minus V1 by R1, Vs minus V2 by R2, Vs minus V3 by R3, Vs minus Vn by Rn. Okay, those are the currents. Now what is the voltage at positive? Already it is grounded, means voltage at positive V plus is 0. According to virtual short, V minus also 0, means the voltage at this node is 0. So Vs minus V1 means Vs 0 minus V1 by R1. Okay, minus V2 by R2 minus Vn by R1, because the voltage at this node is 0 according to virtual short. Okay, now the what is the voltage at here? What is the current total I? That is V0 by minus Vs by Rf. Vs is 0, means V0 by Rf. Okay, V0 by Rf, you just send Rf towards that right hand side. Then what is the equation? Output voltage is equal to minus of V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus 1 Vn by R1 into Rf. Okay, means here output voltage is the summation of all the voltages. If you supply same resistance, equal resistance at all these, okay, just we get the factor here. That is called scaled sum of the all inputs. If you put the resistance at all inputs is equal. And one more thing, you can calculate the average by using the summation amplifiers by dividing this summation into n. You know what is the average sum by total number of terms. Okay, you are getting the summation here. If you divide the total term with n, you will get average of the average also. You can find the summation and average also, means the output voltage gives the summation of all input voltages. This is called summing operational amplifier. See this is the formula here. You know the all input voltages and resistances. If you supply the different voltages at input, okay, you can sum that summation, sum all voltages, and you get the output voltage here. This is the with gain. For controlling, we are using RF for controlling the gain. This is called summing amplifier. Next we see difference amplifier, means the operation amplifier is used for subtracting purpose. For subtracting purpose, that is to find the difference between the input voltages. Already in previous case we are summing all input voltages. Here we are finding the difference between the input voltages. Now this is the circuit of the difference amplifier. Circuit for the difference amplifier. Here see this is the output voltage. This is the we have two input voltages V1 and V2. We need to find the difference between the V1 and V2, and we can amplify it. Okay, now you can connect two resistances R2 and R3 here. Okay, and R1 and this is the feedback resistance. Now we see what is the, we are giving positive and negative inputs here. Now we see Vy. What is the, this is the input of the positive, and Vx is the input of the negative. According to virtual short, Vx is equal to Vy. Those are zeros. Vx is 0, Vy also 0. Okay. Now we see, find the, now Vx is equal to Vy. Now Vy is in between R2 and R3. According to voltage dividing rule, you know that Vy is equal to V2 into R3 by, this is the resistance in this side, R3 by R3 plus R2, means Vy is equal to V2 into R3 by R3 plus R2 is the, by using voltage division rule. Vy is middle, at between middle of the two resistances. Already I told the output at the middle Vy is equal to, okay, this factor, that is R3 by R2 plus R3 into this voltage. This is from voltage division rule. Okay, this equation from the voltage division rule. Then Vx is equal to Vy is equal to V2 into R3 by R3 plus R2. Now we see this side. Okay, here what is the current? Vx minus V1 by R1. Here what is the current? V0 minus Vx by Rf. Okay. Now I1 is equal to I2. Here the currents flowing through this circuit is same. Okay, because it is connected to the negative terminal. So I1 is equal to I2 means this I2. Already I have given in inverting amplifiers. I1 is equal to I2. That is equal to means Vx minus V1 by R1 is equal to V0 minus Vx by Rf. See this. V1 minus Vx by R1 is equal to Vx minus V0 by R2. But Vx is V2 into R3 by R3 plus R2. Just submit this term in the place of Vx here. If you submit that total term in the place of Vx and rearrange the equation, you will get this equation. You will get this equation. If you maintain the resistance R1 is equal to R2 and Rf is equal to R3 in previous circuit, just you minimize this equation in terms of this one. V0 is equal to V2 minus V1 into Rf by Ri. Rf and Rf by Ri is the gain. You can control it. Now, what is the voltage? It gives the difference between the input voltages, that is V2 minus V1. In this way, you can subtract the two input voltages by using difference op amp, that is operational amplifier. Okay, next one is differentiation. The op amp, operational amplifier, used for differentiation purpose. See this. Here, up to now, we have seen the summing and subtraction of the voltages, input voltages. Now we see the differentiation. Differentiation means the variation of the variable with respect to time, that is dV by dt. The voltage the variation of voltage with respect to time. dV by dt is nothing but the differentiation. Now this is the circuit of the differentiated. Okay, in this differentiator circuit we have a capacitor. At input voltage we have connected a capacitor. Okay, here this is the feedback circuit. Okay, this is inverting type differentiator op amp because the input is connected to negative and positive terminal is grounded. Now see this. According to Kirchhoff law, current, okay, sum of current is same here and here. The summation is 0. See this. So the equation is C means capacitance into, this is the equation for capacitance. dV means input voltage, the differentiation of input voltage with respect to time, plus here already you know V0 minus Vs by Rf. Already Vs is 0, you know that. So V0 by Rf. Actually I1 is equal to I2. You can see that negative, which is right hand side, is moving towards left hand side, that is plus. Okay, you can, by using I1 is equal to I2, you know that. What is I1? C into dV by dt. What is I2? Minus V0 by Rf. Minus term which is moving from right side to left side is plus. Okay, now we need the output voltage. Output voltage is, what is the output voltage? Just remaining terms, just move towards right hand side, that is minus Rf into C into dV by dt. Means the output of voltage is the differentiation of the input voltage with respect to time. Okay, if you give the input voltage, okay, we will get the output voltage as a differentiation of Vi with respect to time. Okay, you can find the differentiation of the input voltage by using this operational amplifier. By giving the input, you will get output is the differentiation for input. This is about differentiator. Next one is integrator. Next one is integration, you know. Okay, the reverse of the differentiation is nothing but integration. We are all combining all factors, means integrate the factors. Now you see same circuit. The only difference is at feedback circuit we are connected capacitor, at input we are connected resistor. For differentiator, here we are using resistor, capacitor, here resistor. Just reverse it. Okay, now the feedback circuit consists of capacitor and input circuit consists of resistor. The input is given to the negative, that is inverting type. Positive is grounded, you know that, in inverting op amp. Now we see same equation, I1 is equal to I2, here CF dV naught by dVt plus Vi by Vr. The only difference is in previous case, what is the differentiation? We are differentiating Vi, input voltage. Now in this circuit, we are differentiating output voltage with respect to time. Okay, just send the terms to outside, to right hand side. Now we need V naught, means the differentiation. You are just moving the differentiation towards right hand side, that is you will integrate, you know. Okay, the differentiation is nothing but V naught is nothing but integration of the, means dt, just you move the dt outside. Okay, just both sides integrate, you will get integration of V naught is V naught. Now integration of V naught Vi t into dt is, you will get that. Just see that, just V naught dV naught by dt is equal to, this is negative, means you send like minus Vi by R. If you send Vs also, Vf C, say capacitance C also, so minus C Vi by R. Send the dt towards left. Now integrate on both sides. Integration of d V naught is V naught. Now integration of Vi t is dt, means we are integrating input voltage with respect to time. So the output voltage is the integration of input voltage with respect to time. So now the op amp is act as integrator. It is used for integration of the input voltage with respect to time. In previous case, differentiation of the input voltage, that is the output voltage. Here the output voltage gives the integration of the input voltage. If you sub the input voltage in the circuit, if you supply the input voltage, that is integrated, that integration is comes at V naught. In this way we can perform the integration operation by using operational amplifier. Next one is comparator. The op amp is used for comparator. Okay, for time now. Okay, comparator means we are comparing two inputs. Here this op amp is, okay, the op amp circuit is created to compare the two input voltages. Okay, now we have two input voltages Vi and V1 V2 అనుకోండి. Here input voltage is Vi and output voltage is VREF, means reference voltage. This is the reference voltage. We are comparing input voltage with the reference voltage. Okay, and the input voltage is connected to positive terminal and reference is connected to negative terminal, and this is the output voltage. Here we are connected, after output voltage we are connected a lamp which is grounded on other side. Okay, this is a open type of op amp because there is no feedback circuit here. Okay, so it is a open loop op amp, operational amplifier. Here we are comparing the input voltage with the reference voltage. If the Vi, means input voltage, is less than reference voltage, the input voltage which is given is less than our reference voltage. Okay, the lamp which is connected beyond the output voltage is off position. Okay, if you supply input voltage, there is no illumination in the lamp, means the voltage given is less than reference voltage. Okay, if the input voltage is more than reference voltage, that means, okay, the lamp is on position. Means if you supply input voltage, the lamp is in on position, means the supplied voltage, the input voltage is more than the reference voltage. Based on this, we can compare the input voltage with reference voltage, means the input voltage is greater than or less than the given reference voltage. This is the main purpose of the comparator, by using comparison, by using operational amplifier. By using the circuit and with the help of lamp connection, we can find the input voltage, we can compare the input voltage with some reference voltage. This is called comparator type operational amplifier circuit for comparison. Okay, next one, voltage follower. Okay, see this is the circuit for voltage follower. Okay, here we are giving input to the positive terminal, means non-inverting terminal, and we have circuit feedback circuit, that is negative. We are given already I told the feedback is always given to the negative side. Okay, here the main purpose of this voltage follower is unity voltage gain, means very high input impedance. This is used for very high input impedance. The impedance means the resistance. Okay, we are by using this circuit we can get the high input resistance. Why we are using this voltage followers? Already I told at the beginning of this signal conditioning, one of the important operation in signal processing is isolation. We need to isolate, okay, that primary sensing element to the circuit. Okay, because for that isolation we need high impedance at the circuit, because if there is a high current is flowing, means there is a connection is high current is flowing between the primary sensing element and circuit, definitely there will be some damage for the sensor, okay, or circuit. So we need to isolate the circuit with primary sensing element. For that purpose we need to create high impedance for the current from the sensing element. We need to create high impedance, high resistance for the flowing of current from the sensing element. For that purpose we are using this op amp, voltage follower operation amplifier circuit, okay, for creating the high impedance resistance, okay, is placed between the primary sensor and the signal conditioner to reduce the current produced by the sensor and loading effect, okay. For preventing the damage of instrument we are creating some isolation by using voltage follower. By using this circuit we can create the high impedance at the circuit that can protect the circuit from the high current, and loading effect also we can protect the instrumentation also. Next, current amplifier. Up to now the amplifiers are amplifying the voltage. We are giving input voltage and we are getting output voltage as the amplification of the input voltage. Here current amplifier is amplifies the current, okay. See, this is the circuit of the operational amplifier for using for current amplification. Here input is current, instead of voltage we are supplying input current, okay. This is the circuit, this is the feedback which is given to the negative and positive terminal is grounded, means this is the inverting type operational amplifier, okay. Here RF is the feedback resistance, one more resistance, that is R, capital R are grounded here, okay. We can control this R, output here in terms of voltage we are taking the output is current, so output current is equal to gain into input current, okay. Just replace the voltage with current here. Now if we have some equations here. Now what is the output current? Input current plus RF by R into I, that is input current in circuit. This is the equation from the circuit, okay. Just common this Ri, that is 1 plus RF by R into I, means I naught is equal to 1 plus RF by R into I. I naught is the output current, II is the input current. What is the A amplification factor? That is 1 plus RF by R, means the ratio of feedback voltage to input resistance, means sorry, not input resistance, it is the ground resistance, extra resistance is taken, okay. What happened? Okay, somebody is signing, okay. Now what is the time? 9:52. Okay, I will end with this section. Now the gain is 1 plus RF by RI, R, okay. This is the gain of the current amplifier, okay. Next we see the instrumentation amplification, okay. I will unmute yourself. If you have any doubts please ask me. Hello, please, if you have any doubts please ask me. If you don't have any, hello,
sir.
okay, then you can leave. Sir, if you have any doubts please ask me. I will end this session. Sir, we need a minimum knowledge regarding these units, these devices and circuits. Minimum knowledge is enough, okay. If you are at a stage to write few words, about that particular thing is enough to pass this subject. Okay, deep knowledge is not necessary. Minimum knowledge is enough to answer the questions, and they consider every point, okay, that you will write in exam. Don't worry. Okay, I will end this section. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you. Chat box. Happy Engineers Day. Thank you.